गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना। जमुना तीरा वनचारी। जमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा माधव राधे। जय राधा माधव राधे। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह, प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद। प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायो मुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। We are reading today from Canto 4, Chapter 11, verse number 24. न चैते पुत्रका भ्रातुर हन्तारो धनदानुगाः विसर्गदनयोस्तात पुंसो दैवं हि कारणम्। न चैते पुत्रका भ्रातुर् हन्तारो धनदानुगाः विसर्गदनयोस्तात पुंसदैवं हि कारणम्। न चैते पुत्रका भ्रातुर् हन्तारो धनदानुगः विसर्गदानयोस्तात पुंसदैवं हि कारणम्। न चैते पुत्रका भ्रातुर् हन्तारो धनदानुगः विसर्गदनयोस्तात पुंसो दैवं हि कारणम्। न चैते पुत्रका भ्रातुर् हन्तारो धनदानुगः विसर्गादनयोस्तात पुंसो दैवं हि कारणम्। न चैते पुत्रका भ्रातुर् हन्तारो धनदानुगः विसर्गदानयोस्तात पुंसो दैवं हि कारणम्। विसर्गदानयोस्तात पुंसा दैवं हि कारणम्। न चैते पुत्रका भ्रातुर् Hantaro dhanadanugaha Vishargadanayostata Translation and purport by His Divine Grace C.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This verse does not have a purport, so we will read the next verse and read the purport also. Sa eva vishvam srijati sa eva vatihanti cha atapihi anahankaran najyate gunakarma bhi. Translations. My dear son, those yakshas who are descendants of Kuvera are not actually the killers of your brother. The birth and death of every living entity are caused by the Supreme, who is certainly the cause of all causes. The Supreme Personality of Godhead creates this material world, maintains it, and annihilates it in due course of time. But because He is transcendental to such activities, He is never affected by ego in such action or by the modes of material nature. Purport by His Divine Grace C.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this verse, the word anahankara means without ego. The conditioned soul has a false ego, and as a result of his karma, he gets different types of bodies in this material world. Sometimes he gets the body of a demigod and he thinks that body to be his identity. Similarly, when he gets the body of a dog, he identifies himself with that body. But for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no such distinction between the body and the soul. Bhagavad Gita therefore certifies that anyone who thinks of Krishna as an ordinary human being is without knowledge of his transcendental nature and is a great fool. The Lord says, Namam karmani limpanti. He is not affected by anything he does because he is never contaminated by the material modes of nature. That we have a material body proves that we are infected by the three material modes of nature. The Lord says to Arjuna, you and I had many births previously, but I remember everything, whereas you do not. That is the difference between the living entity or conditioned soul and the Supreme Soul. The Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has no material body. And because he has no material body, he is not affected by any work he executes. There are many Mayavadi philosophers who considers that Krishna's body is the effect of a concentration of the material mode of goodness, and they distinguish Krishna's soul from Krishna's body. The real situation, however, is that the body of the conditioned soul, even if he has a larger accumulation of material goodness, is material, whereas Krishna's body is never material. It is transcendental. Krishna has no false ego, for he does not identify himself with the false and temporary body. His body is always eternal. He descends to this world in his own original and spiritual body. This is explained in the Bhagavad Gita as Param Bhavam. The word Param Bhavam and Divyam are especially significant in understanding Krishna's personality. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmiladam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhesya kripa sindhuvevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananda Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So, continuing our discussion from yesterday, we were discussing that how a big takeaway lesson from this whole chapter is about anger. How even though Dhruva Maharaj has seen the Lord face to face, still he got angry, disproportionately angry. So yesterday we were discussing that it's okay to get angry, but the anger should be at the right time, to the right person, in the right situation, and in the right proportion, for the right purpose, not to satisfy our ego. At times, Parents have to show anger to the children. Teacher has to show anger to the student. Manager has to show anger to the employees. Prabhupada showed anger to the devotees or disciples. For a right purpose is all right. Then we also discussed how even Lord showed anger in so many situations. But it was for the right purpose and for the to the right person in the right proportion. Then we also discussed about how in the Bhagavatam there are various examples where devotees or rishis have expressed or manifested disproportionate anger. We spoke about how Vishwamitra Muni showed his anger on Rambha. We spoke about how Durvasa Muni showed his anger on Ambarish Maharaj. We spoke about Indra, how he manifested anger towards Vrajavasis, which was disproportionate. Then we also spoke of how this anger comes from Rajoguna. It comes from Rajoguna, it takes us to hell. Since Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that 3 gates to hell are lust, anger, and greed. And then we spoke about why does this anger come? One thing is it comes because of karma. That is why anger is called Ramanuja. Because it comes from, Kamanuja. Because, very fast, huh? I'll go slow. So, anger is also called, another name is Kam Anuja, because it's the younger brother of Kama. Whenever we have a lust, from lust arises anger. So, we also discussed different reasons why anger comes. So we discussed one thing is because of unfulfilled desires, also because of unrealistic expectations. Sometimes from a mango tree, we are expecting lime, and if it doesn't give, which it will not, we get angry. Then we spoke about conditioning. Sometimes we are conditioned and we expect a particular way to happen, a particular situation to happen in that way only. If any changes, we get angry. Then we spoke about wrong assumptions. Sometimes we just misunderstand people. Then we spoke about non-communication. When we don't communicate properly, we may get angry. We spoke about non-acceptance. We don't accept things as they are. We have too many expectations. Another reason we spoke about anger is because of ego. And also because we have a tendency to enjoy. We forget that Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Lord is the enjoyer, not us. Another reason we get anger is because we want to be controllers. We want to become Ishvara. Everything should happen according to our desire. Then we also spoke about comparison. Anger comes when we compare with others' life. Why I didn't get what he got. And our anger also comes because of wrong beliefs. Sometimes our definition of success itself is wrong. Our belief itself is wrong. And the anger sprouts in. So yesterday we discussed all these points. And then we stopped at anger is not like a nature's call. Sometimes if somebody has to attend a nature's call, he will be very agitated. But the moment he uses the restroom, he feels relaxed. Oh, now I'm feeling relieved. People think that maybe anger is also something like that. I'm angry. I will show my anger on her and then I will be relaxed, relieved. But it doesn't happen like that. The more you show anger, the more agitation increases. Anger expands. Have you ever seen anybody getting angry on somebody and after that feeling, now I'm relieved, so happy I am. No, they will not be happy. It will continue, it will continue. It spoils our complete consciousness. So, there are so many ill effects of anger, spiritually, materially, mentally, and physically. In fact, there was a research done in the Yale University. They say that if somebody gets angry on regular basis, then his immune system gets spoiled. There was another research by National Medical Association. They said if somebody gets angry on regular basis, he is 9% more prone to heart attack than a healthy person. Not only that, those who get angry on regular basis are prone to blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes. So these are all physical problems. If you get angry, what happens? Because when we get angry, we are actually releasing toxins in the body. In fact, you can Google it. There was this one lady who had a fight with her husband. Just after that heavy fight, she breastfed the baby. The baby died. Because so much anger, the breast milk that she was giving to the baby became toxic. So dangerous it is to be angry. Oh, we lose our, complete health. These are the physical problems. Then there is a mental problem. When person gets angry, he suffers. Anger is not something like I have become angry on him and I'll be satisfied. Person is in pain. The person suffers from inside when he is angry. And angry person is not a happy person. And if you're not a happy person, you can't be grateful. If you're not a grateful person, then you cannot chant nicely. So everything is interconnected. We cannot say, no, don't mix anger with being happy. I get angry, but I'm happy. It is not possible. You can't tell anybody that actually, basically this person gets angry 24 hours, but is very happy. It's not possible. If you're angry, you're not happy. If you're not happy, if you're not calm, cool, composed, you can't have a loving disposition towards the Lord. You cannot chant. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave this Shikshashtakam, where he has given about how we have to be humble, how we have to be tolerant. Only then in that state of mind, chanting is possible. So everything needs a right environment and a right temperature. Today an ice cream, if it has to be in the form of ice cream, it has to be in the refrigerator. If I keep it outside, it will melt. Similarly, to be in a particular frame of mind is required for us to chant nicely. I cannot be angry, tamasic and rajasic and then also simultaneously continue chanting. I have to come to sattva guna. Because when we are in anger, we are in rajoguna. From there, we cannot do proper chanting. So, there is a physical problem, there is a mental problem, and then there is also a spiritual problem. When we are angry, we can't chant, and not only that, we make others also suffer. Anger is such a thing. It's not that you suffer alone. You make people around you also suffer. And as a result, you commit Vaishnava Aparadha. And if we commit Vaishnava Aparadha, then we cannot go back home, back to Godhead. So it disturbs our relationships. And like we were discussing yesterday, if we don't have good horizontal relationship, we won't be able to have a peaceful vertical relationship with Krishna. So it affects our mental health, affects our physical health, affects our spiritual health, and it also affects our intellectual health. People who are angry, Prahlada Narasimhadeva Bhagavan ki jai. People who are angry, they lose focus because the mind is so much occupied with ill feeling for other devotees or situations, circumstances. So they cannot focus. Many times devotees, they say, we are reading scriptures, but I forget what I read yesterday. Sometimes I feel sleepy, I can't understand, I can't focus, I don't find it interesting because mind is so much clogged with all these things. But if a person is happy, cool and composed, everything will be so clear. He can understand everything very clearly. Right? So it is intellectual problem, physical problem, mental problem, spiritual problem. So anger has so many ill effects. Just this today morning, one of the Mataji was sharing that, okay, I will not get angry on anybody. Since yesterday I heard your class, but at least, like you said, that there should be one person in our life who knows how we are. So is it okay whenever I get angry, I'll just get angry on my husband? I'll just vomit off whatever I'm feeling and let him vomit off whatever he's feeling on me. And that way we will be for each other. No, it doesn't happen like that. Anger is not something which you can do and get away with it. It stays. It expands. First you decide, okay, I'll be angry on this person only, but it will continue. You'll start getting angry on others also. It disturbs your consciousness. Krishna will not be happy even if you get angry only with this one person. The fact that you are getting angry itself is wrong. Why should you get angry? When we see a bigger picture, when we are in right connection with Krishna, when we are having control over our senses, we don't have ego, anger will not arise. So the arising itself is a disease. We should stop it. Instead of saying that I will continue my disease with this one person and I will not exhibit it outside. That is hypocrisy. It needs to be, of course, neither anger can be suppressed, neither anger should be expressed. Anger should be processed. If you are getting angry means you have all the wrong reasons here. First of all, the reasons have to be clear, then anger will not arise. So it's not that I will have anger, but I will suppress it because I should not show anger, I should not show anger. No, it should not come. That's the solution. Not that after it comes, you suppress it. Then what will happen? One day, like a pressure cooker, it will blast. Over, finished. That's not the point. Neither you should express it. Okay, I'm having anger. You told, don't be hypocrite. Let me express it. Finished. I expressed it. No, just process it. So processing means what? Like how Dhruva processed his anger. He was angry with his stepmother. And now in the right association, his anger was dovetailed and channelized in the right direction. Like Hanuman was angry. So what Hanuman did? He didn't start beating himself. He used the anger in the right way by burning Lanka. That was the right way, channelizing anger. Dhruva's anger was channelized in the right way. So what he did, oh, I'm feeling passionate, I'm feeling angry, I will chant Krishna's name and I will somehow get the Lord face to face and I will become a bigger king than my father. And that way he could progress. So that's why to process the anger in the right way, we have to associate with the right people who will bring the good in us, who will bring the best in us. Though the stepmother brought out the worst in Dhruva, his own mother and Narad Muni brought out the best from him. Okay, you are getting angry. Okay, Dhruva, then you do this. What his mother said. What is the point of having an ill feeling for your stepmother? Nobody can help you. Only Lord can help. If you want, go to the Lord and ask. So she channelizes his anger in the right way. So if we want to channelize our anger, we have to go and associate with the right people. The other thing that we can do for processing our anger is read scriptures. When we read Bhagavatam regularly, our awareness increases. Oh, awareness of this world, temporary nature of our body, perception towards life, everything will change. Because at that time, when we read scriptures regularly, we can see Krishna's hand in everything. if we don't have proper Shravanam, then we see people doing it to me. He misbehaved with me, she didn't talk to me, he said like that. But persons who are reading scriptures regularly, they always see behind him is Krishna, behind her is Krishna. He said that everywhere they will see Krishna's hand. In India, we have our very special neighbors, Pakistan. And in India, whatever happens wrong, they have that habit. Oh, definitely Pakistan has something to do with this. Sometimes they have nothing to do with it. But they have that habit. They have something to do with it. It is their conspiracy. They must have done it. Like that, a devotee has to develop that attitude. Whatever good happens in his life, it's Krishna's plan. Krishna has done something. Krishna has to do with this. Something bad happens, this is Krishna's plan. He wants to teach me something. So a devotee should make that habit. Always blame Krishna for good or bad in their life. Then they will not get angry on anybody else, because they are not. Today verse, what is saying? Krishna is Lord is the cause of all causes, not the yakshas. What is the point of getting angry on them? This is what Swayambhu Manu is explaining Dhruva. Okay? It's okay? Yeah, till now? Shall I repeat? Okay. So we have to read scriptures. And when we read scriptures, then we come to Sattva Guna. And in Sattva Guna, we can't get angry. If somebody is in Sattva Guna, they will not get angry. Another thing, yesterday, when Mataji was asking that, okay, we should not get angry, we should control, okay, all that okay. What about the others when they get angry on us? How should we deal with them when somebody else behaves angrily? When somebody behaves angrily with us, thank you. Our take on the situation should be like, just like if somebody is sick, you are trying to help them somewhere, feeding them or something, and suddenly they vomit on you because they are not well. What will be your reaction? Will you slap him? How dare you vomited on me? He's sick, so he vomited. So what you will say, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, and you will clean the vomiting. This is what is happening with the angry people. Those who are getting angry, they're basically sick. In that sickness, they're vomiting on us. So there is no point on getting angry back. How dare you vomited on me? We need to have sympathy on them. If somebody is getting angry, they are in pain. At this moment, they don't need a tit for tat from you. They don't need a reply back from you. They just need patience, tolerance, and affection from you because they are sick. It's not only about angry people. Even generally, when people misbehave with us, our attitude should be just like when somebody is sick. Our attitude is, he's having fever, he's on high drugs, he doesn't know what he's doing. Sometimes when somebody is having high fever, they blabber something in the sleep also. And we forgive them. He's having high fever, he doesn't know what he is talking. Like that, when people misbehave with us, we should think, he's highly influenced by the modes of material nature. He's highly influenced by Maya. Even I am also struggling with Maya. What is his fault? Maybe sometime the Maya's overdose of Maya is happening to him. That is why he's speaking like this with me. Sometimes even I get an overdose of Maya. Okay, let me just forgive him. So just like we forgive sick people, we should forgive. Because frankly, we are not making this up. It's actually true. When somebody is misbehaving, it's just that at that moment, the modes, rajas and tamas, have become so strong. He is helpless. That is why he is behaving like that. The problem is we don't see the helplessness of the person. We are just seeing the external. Why is he misbehaving? Why is he showing ego? Why is he getting angry? Why is he using this word? But try and understand the person is helpless. The rajas and tamas are bombarding him. The person is helpless. Maya is like strangling him. That's why he's behaving in such a way. At that time, a person needs help from us. He doesn't need a tit for tat from us. So, this is the way we respond to a person who is angry, by giving him a patient hearing. Let him speak and giving him a lot of affection, care, so that he can recover from there. Right? The other thing is proper diet. Diet also plays a lot of important role. If we are taking diet which is not sattvic, then also anger comes. When we take the right diet, we are what we eat. What we eat will be manifested in our behavior and nature. If somebody is having sattvic diet, their behavior will also be very sweet and sattvic. They are incapable of misbehaving because whatever goes in comes out. The Giga principle, whatever is going in, it's coming out. So, along with proper diet, one should be following the 4 regulative principles very perfectly and sincerely. Now, somebody may feel, as a devotee, I'm already following, what's the big thing? I'm already following 4 regulative principles. 4 regulative principles, when they say no meat eating, we simply assume that no meat eating means I'm not eating meat. I'm not taking onion, garlic, so I'm already following. But when it says no meat eating also means that we don't hurt other jivas. In the Skanda Puran, it says that when we disrespect a Vaishnava, when we don't honor them, when we don't smile at them, we are actually killing them. So maybe we are not killing animals, but we are killing Vaishnavas by disrespecting, by misbehaving with them. That means meat eating is happening. You may be assuming that you are following 4 regulative principles, but by hurting other Vaishnavas, you are still doing meat eating. We think about illicit sex. Oh, I'm very pure, I know I'm just a chaste wife, I'm a chaste husband. But the fact that if we expose ourselves to the contents on the screen or elsewhere, that also is counted under illicit behavior. We think, oh, I'm not taking any intoxication, no smoking, drinking and all. But if we are intoxicated with our own opulence and we have ego, oh, I'm very great, then we are still indulging in intoxication. It's just that we are not having a whiskey or some alcohol, but we are intoxicated with our own pride. We may think, oh, I'm not gambling, I don't gamble, I never went to any gambling place. No. When we are not using our time properly, then we are gambling with time. We have very less time. We don't even know how many years more we have or how many minutes more we have. But if still we have our mala bag hanging somewhere and the mala bag waiting patiently when this guy is going to pick me up, then we are gambling with time. So that means we are not following the 4 regulative principles properly. So if we don't want anger to come, then we have to follow these 4 regulative principles very nicely. I remember when we were young, the only cartoon that we used to watch was Tom, Jerry. Maybe the Tom and runs behind Jerry and Jerry hides somewhere, which was not that violent as such. It was funny. At times, yes, Tom will try to hurt Jerry, but nowadays the content the children watch, the video games that children play, it's all about bloodshedding. You just go and cut the neck of this person, kill the person, shoot the person. That's the video game all about. So on an average from childhood, the child is doing that only. Kill. I have to kill this person, then level 1 is passed. Now level 2, I have to kill more people, then level 2 is passed. So what they are doing from childhood, always thinking of how to kill this person, and the blood is coming out, the neck is cut, and they are happy about it. So we are fearing that. And after that, if the children get violent, we are worried, why is my child like this? Why is my child like that? But that's what they've been doing from childhood. So not only for children, for us also very careful that we give our eyes and ears to the right content and be very choosy. I several times tell this, that we shouldn't make our ears as a trash can. On the trash can, they put a symbol, use me. Similarly, what we do is, we also put a symbol here, use me. I'm ready for any kind of prajalpa, any criticism of Vaishnava, you can use me. There is no door here and I have not closed it and I'm available to hear that. So when we do that, our consciousness becomes impure. So we have to be very careful what we are exposing ourselves to. I don't know about here, but in India, even the movies nowadays are glorifying the wrong qualities of a person. If a person is misbehaving with elders, does not have control on tongue, speaks anything whatever he likes, instead of thinking of it as a vice, they think of it as a virtue. Look how straightforward he is. Whatever he wants, he speaks. It's not a virtue. It's a bad quality that he speaks straightforward. If somebody has a lot of materialistic desire, always want this, that, instead of criticizing, people say, see how ambitious he is, so hardworking. So what is happening nowadays is everything that is wrong is being labeled as right. In the movies in India, back in Bollywood and all, they show that if a person is an angry young man, then he is a hero. Wow, what a person. Look at him. Somebody just said something wrong and he immediately bashed him up. That's how a person should be. They're glorifying that quality. Instead of what our scriptures glorify is, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes about a saintly person in the bank of Radhakund. One day in the winter night, somebody stole the blanket away of that person. Next day morning, he was glorifying the thief. He said, what an amazing thief. If he wanted, he could have killed me. But so sweet he is. He just stole my blanket. So sweet he is. So, such saints were glorified, where they were so positive, so humble, so sweet, always trying to forgive others. But nowadays, wrong people are glorified. Those who show anger, macho man, how angry he is, so nice. And if somebody behaves like, it's okay, Prabhu, they forgive, then they think he's a weak guy. Just the voice is not coming out. For everything he compromises. So nowadays all the vices are glorified as virtues. That is another problem. So we have to careful with that. That is why when we read scriptures, our ideals will be Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, because when we constantly keep hearing about those devotees, how amazing they were, how humble they were. Padma Puran says, about whom we keep regularly hearing, 1% of their quality comes to us. So when we hear about the right people, if not 100%, at least 1% of those qualities will help us immensely. The other thing to avoid anger is avoid the triggers. Now, after some time, you realize that with this person, I get angry. In this situation, I get angry. Then you just avoid those triggers. Unless and until it's unavoidable or something you have to do, don't yourself voluntarily get into that situation. See, we are very intelligent and we ourselves know very well that under what circumstances we get anger. So avoid that circumstance, right? Like sometimes some people get angry when other person doesn't turn in time. So now you know that's your triggering point. So this time you ask the person, give him 15 minutes before time only to come, because you know he comes late. You understand that he's going to come late, so now give him a different time. Tell him to come early. So like that you avoid triggers. And this other person cannot help you. You yourself have to analyze what are your trigger points. Just like when we regularly drive from some other place to New Simhachalam, we will be knowing where there is right, left or up and downs. Here in this country you don't have potholes, but in India in the roads we have speed breakers, potholes. After driving regularly, we get used to right side there will be potholes. So beforehand only we will slow the car. Like that, In our life also we should know, this situation agitates me, this triggers me, I will avoid it, right? That is one thing. The other thing is pause. Just pause. When you get angry, simply pause. Don't sit and try to philosophize at that time or try to make analyzation why I got angry. Nothing. Simply pause and divert your mind. At this moment, you have that urge to get angry, pause and divert and start doing something else. And after that, when you come back 10 minutes, half an hour, 20 minutes, you will be able to analyze the situation more properly. So don't do the analyzing when you are in the heat of the moment, right? So sometimes there is a moment of storm and sometimes there is a moment of calm. When you are in a moment of storm, at that time don't do anything. Simply pause, divert your mind. But when you are in the moment of calm, then you analyze why I got angry, what happened, actually whose fault it was. Then you can do that. So that is one thing. In fact, I've seen with many people, when I've given them this exercise, that whenever you get angry, just look at your watch, stopwatch for 10 minutes. Just pause. Just 10 minutes. It has worked as a magic for many people because after 10 minutes they feel different. Many times I've given another kind of exercise also. If you're angry on somebody, just write whatever you want to say to that person. Just write it down. Don't speak. Write whatever you want to say. Just email. Don't press the send button. Just wait. And sleep over it. Wait for 24 hours, 48 hours. Then again read that mail. I challenge you, at the end of 48 hours, you will feel, actually, I am also at fault. Actually, this is not required. Actually, I am speaking too harshly. And you may start editing it. And ultimately, you may just erase the whole mail. Not required. So you can do that. Write it down. When we speak, we don't understand what we are speaking. Write it. Just yesterday, I was discussing with the devotees that how journal writing can help. If we write down things, it helps us a lot. Because we are not our mind. Mind is different, we are different. But we think we are the mind. But when you write, then you can clearly understand the difference between you and your mind. That distinction will come when you write down. And then then you will analyze, oh, this is not correct what I'm writing, right? So this is one thing you can do. In fact, I'm not sure, but I heard that one husband and wife, they went to Prabhupada and they said that of late they have been fighting a lot, yelling and screaming. And Prabhupada said, yeah, you can continue fighting, but you cannot yell or speak. Whatever you want, you write it to each other. Write and give it. So then after 1 month or something, when Prabhupada asked, they said, no, there is no more fighting because who is going to write all? I want to shout, you are like this, you are like this, you are like this, you are like, it feels boring to write and give it, The screaming and yelling gives you that, what do you say, that happiness, like. So he said, we are not getting any ananda, so we stopped fighting, right? So actually, if you allow your anger to continue, then slowly you are feeding it. And if you continuously feed and nurture it, then it becomes your samskara. And slowly, what happens? It becomes stronger and stronger, and it becomes your habit. And habit die hard. Once it becomes your habit, very difficult to give it up. So initially only we have to work on it. See, actually, I'll tell you why anger continues. Initially, person gives a trial, like shouts on somebody, and he sees, wow, when I shout, my works happen very easily. If I tell them nicely, sweetly, it takes more time. If I give one shouting, it's happening quickly. As soon as it happens, then the person gets encouraged. Oh, I think I should continue shouting. This is very helpful. Whenever I'm shouting, people are afraid of me and they're doing the work very nicely. I have to shout. But what happens? I don't deny. If you shout, definitely the work will happen very quickly. But what will happen to you? Your consciousness is gone. The goal of our life is to go back home, back to Godhead. But if we continue this behavior, anger is something that it will expand. It's like bacteria. How the bacteria grows, Bacterial infection is dangerous because bacteria grow very quickly. This is how anger also, it's like a bacteria. If you allow it to expand, it will expand, it will expand, it will expand. First you will show anger on your wife, then children, then neighbors, then community, then strangers, then just about everybody, and you feel it's okay. Whole world I can shout, that's all right. I am the center of the place. So we have to be very careful. Another thing is we have to cultivate forgiveness. See, in the olden days, in India, we used to have postmen. Even now we have, but hardly people use post now. It's all emails and all. So the postman comes with a message. Okay, your father died. Your father died. What will you do? Will you bash up the postman? Will you, punch him? How dare you bring the wrong message to me? Or if the postman brings you a good message, okay, you have won a lottery, will you just give him a hug or embrace him? No. What the postman has to do with my life? He is simply a carrier, carrying sometime a good message or sometime a sad message. Similarly, the people around us, the way they are talking or behaving, they are simply nimitta. They have nothing to do. According to your karma, they are behaving with you. And the proof for that is, many times you will observe in your life, for years together, sometimes people were not nice to you, and suddenly you see that after some time, all of them are very nice to you. Why do they change? We don't change, neither people change. Karma changes. Sometimes our previous karma, according to that, people were supposed to react or respond with us in such certain way. After that, when our karmas, see, karmas are like the waves of the ocean. The waves of the ocean, they don't stop. The wave comes and the wave goes. So sometime the good wave comes, sometime the bad wave comes. But the sad part is, the good wave will also not stay. The happy part is, even the bad wave will not stay, because the wave can't stay. The wave has to go back. So every situation in our life also, whether it is good or bad, remember it will not stay. So don't worry so much about it, right? So yeah, this is one thing that Jiva Goswami, he says one thing very nice. He says, all these good people in this world are forced to behave badly with me because of my karma. My karma, my fault. They are all good people. They are forced to behave badly with me because my karma is bad, right? So we have to be so very careful. If we are in that mindset, we will not get angry on anybody because they are just postman, just carrying messages. The other thing is, even if none of these reasons work for you and you feel that you have been, people are doing injustice to you, they're just getting angry on you without reason, okay, then you just tolerate. Sometimes you just have to tolerate situations and don't get angry back. Sometimes even if somebody is not fair to you, because in the scriptures it says, 3 creatures in this world may get unnecessary, for no fault of their, mistreated. One is a deer, one is a fish, and one is a devotee. The fish has no fault of it. It's a sweet little poor creature in the water. But the fisherman comes and takes the fish out. The deer does not disturb anybody. It's a sweet creature moving around and taking grass. But the hunter will kill the deer. The devotee does not disturb anybody, just does its seva. But sometimes he will be given trouble by others. That is what the scriptures say. So what to do in this kind of a situation? Just tam titikshasva bharata. Just tolerate, right? The other thing is, accept situation. We cannot change certain things. You can't change your parents, you can't change your siblings, you can't change your children. You can't change the members of your committee. You can't change so many things. You just have to tolerate it. Some things can be mitigated, some things you can migrate from, but some things simply need to be endured. You can't do anything about it. So, like we spoke yesterday, neither we should be aggressive, neither we should be passive, we should be assertive. Like Narad Muni spoke to the snake disciple. When Narad Muni told the snake, "Oh, you are my disciple now. Now you should not hurt anybody." So after 1 month, when Narad Muni came there, the snake was completely bruised. Everywhere blood is oozing. Narad Muni said, "What happened to you?" "You said that don't bite anybody, so I'm just remaining, and all the village children from nearby, they're coming and pelting stones on me, and everybody is beating me." Then Narad Muni said, "I told you not to bite anybody, but you can hiss. If you hiss, they will be afraid from you and they will not do anything to you." So like that, a devotee has to be so intelligent. We don't want to hurt anybody, but at the same time, we are certain things have to be done, they have to be done. So this is one very important point. Next is, we get angry when things don't happen according to us or people don't behave according to us. We should always give them benefit of doubt. Sometimes somebody comes late and we get very angry. "Why? I told the person to come at 10 o'clock. Maybe he was not well. Maybe his mother was not well. Maybe he didn't know the time that you asked him to come. Maybe there was a traffic jam." So many things may have happened. Instead of immediately getting angry, give benefit of doubt. Okay, I don't know what has happened, but I will come to know. Something must have happened. Give time and space for the person to clarify. Don't immediately get angry. Also, sometimes people are not on the same frame of mind like us, or not on the same page with us. In India, when there is a cricket match going on between India and Pakistan, many times you will see youngsters, they have these earphones in their ears and they're hearing the cricket commentary. You may be in some departmental store buying some bread and all, they are also buying. In between buying the bread, they'll be doing like this. They don't want to beat you. They're just hearing, "Oh, 6." And you may think, "What is this? What is he wants to attack me or what?" He doesn't even know you exist. He is in his own world. Like that, sometimes people are in their own world. They don't want to do anything to us. But we misunderstand them. Why is he behaving like this? Why is he looking at me like this? Why is he not responding? He is in his own world. Another thing is, we shouldn't take this material world so seriously. Why do we get angry? Because everything in this material world, we take it very seriously. Now, I remember my mother used to always tell me this story of one father and son. They bought a donkey. So when the father and son, they were going with the donkey, all the villagers were criticizing how foolish they are. When they brought the donkey, they are supposed to sit on the donkey. They have no brains. They are walking along with the donkey. Then they thought, "Oh, really? We are supposed to sit on the donkey?" Then both of them sat on the donkey. When they passed through another village, then people said, "Look how cruel they are, poor donkey." And these two people are sitting nicely on the donkey. Then they thought, "Oh, we are not supposed to sit two people." So next, what happened? The father sat and the son was walking. Then when they passed through the village, people said, "Look at the cruel father. Happily he is sitting on the donkey. And the son, little boy, he is making him walk." Then they changed. The boy sat and the father got down. When they passed on the village, then again people said, "What a Kali Yuga. The son is happily sitting on the donkey and the old man is walking." Now they got frustrated. Whatever we do, people are... So where are you now? Okay, then it's okay. So, let her complete the story, so then I will... So, like that, don't take the people of this world very seriously, because whatever you do, they will always have something to say. They will never appreciate. They will take out fault in something or the other. So don't take what people think is not important, what Guru and Krishna think is important. So don't try to get validation from the people of this world. They will always have something to say about you. Even Shishupal could find out 100 faults with Krishna, then why won't people find out fault with us? Even if we do everything nicely, people will find fault with us. So we shouldn't get so much worry about it. Also, we don't have to fight every battle. If we fight every battle, then we will lose the war. Some things we just have to give up. Even if they are wrong and you may be right, just leave it. I want to tell you one story here, and then I'll have to close, I think, because it's 8:54. It's okay? 5-10 minutes? No problem? Oh, okay. How many of you know the story of the donkey and the blue grass? No? The donkey and the blue grass? No? Then I should tell you this story. There was a fight between the donkey and tiger. The tiger said the grass is green, and the donkey said the grass is blue. So both of them were having fight for several days. Finally, they said, let's go to the king of the forest. Who is the king of the forest? Lion. Let's go to the lion and sort out. So they both went to the lion. So the donkey said, my lord, this tiger has been troubling me for last 15 days. I've been telling him that the grass is blue, but he keeps telling that the grass is green. I want justice. Then the lion said, oh really? Okay, I give you justice. The tiger is going to be punished, and for coming 1 month, nobody should speak with the tiger. He's grounded. So the punishment was declared, and the tiger, nobody is associating with the tiger. He's grounded for a month. After the end of the month, the tiger came and spoke to lion. Sir, I just need 1 minute of your time. Yes, tell me. Is the grass blue? Lion said, no, the grass is green. But then you punished me. I was telling the same thing, the grass is green. The donkey was telling that the grass is blue. Why did you punish me and not the donkey? The lion said, I didn't punish you because the grass is green or blue. I punished you because you, being a tiger of higher intelligence, how could you waste your 15 days arguing with a mere donkey? That is why I punished you. So, there may be so many such people in our life. We don't have to convince them that the grass is green. Let them think that the grass is blue. Don't waste your time. We have many things to do, right? So, that is one thing. We have to concentrate on our Krishna consciousness, right? And the other thing is, remove the censor of false ego. The problem is, we are all having a censor of false ego. Just like the air condition has a sensor. You take a remote and you press. Because of the sensor, it will be on or off. Similarly, in our heart also, we have a sensor of false ego. Now, people are able to trigger us so easily. It's in their hand. Oh, you want me to make her angry? Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, see, she became angry. Oh, you want me to make her happy? Oh, yeah, look. So we are giving our remote controls to people. They can make us angry. They can make us happy. To remove the censor of false ego. Nobody can play with us with their remote control. I will get angry if I want to. You cannot make me angry. I'll be happy if I want to. You cannot do anything to me. That's how we should be. We should not allow other people to handle our remote control. The other thing is, we should count our blessings. Whenever we feel the urge to get angry, we should understand by being grateful, oh, Krishna has already given me so many things. 99 things in my life is going well. If this one thing is not happening according to my plan, so what? So what? Let it be. I'm happy. So many things happened as I wanted. I can't get 100 out of 100. One thing didn't happen my way. That's all right. right? We have to learn to accept failure. Today around the world, not heart disease, not cancer, not corona, suicide is killing more people according to the World Health Organization statistics. Why? Because people can't accept failure. People can't accept rejection. Why did he reject me? Why did she reject me? Why this didn't happen in my life? Why that didn't happen in my life? But if we learn to accept failure, if we learn to accept this equation, hard work is equal to result, is a wrong equation. Hard work plus Krishna's mercy plus previous life karma plus time is equal to result. So now what will happen? Even if you fail, you understand that you are just one part. There are many other factors which didn't work in your favor, so the result was not as you expected it to be. Then you will not get angry because you know you are just one part of the big whole, right? That's one thing. So we can create no anger zones. No anger zones. When we were young, my younger sister used to get very angry. So my mother used to say, you can get angry, no problem. But don't get angry in the morning time, because as soon as you get up, you're not supposed to be angry. You should not be angry before sleeping. You cannot get angry when you enter the house. You should not get angry when you're leaving the house. You should not get angry on Monday. You should not, and she used to make it in such a way there is no place to be angry. You cannot get angry when you come inside puja room. You cannot get angry in the dining room. As a result, there is no place. Everything is a no anger zone. So we can also do like that, because our mind is like this. If you deny something to the mind, it does not accept. But if you delay, it's fine. You tell your mind, you want this? No, you can't get it. Then the mind will fight with you. But you tell your mind, oh, you want this? Not now, after 1 hour. Then the mind will cooperate with you. So like that, when you are feeling that urge to get angry, you tell your mind, yeah, you must get angry, but not now. Just after some time. Let me just wait for some time, and then I can continue. By that time, everything will become normal. Sometimes it's just that we are dealing with the wrong currency. And because of that, we are getting angry on people. Maybe he is also right and you are also right. Just you could not understand each other. I remember during Corona time, when I was giving classes for different countries, sometimes in the poster, they used to forget to write the time, if it is EST or IST or which country. And people used to assume that to be a IST, Indian Standard Time, and they used to join the Zoom link and then again send message, oh, there is no class going on. Then we had to clarify, sorry, it's not IST, it is Melbourne time, it is this time. This is what is happening to us. Sometimes we are just not on the same page with the person. Whatever the person is saying probably is telling for our good only. But we are not on the same page, so we are misunderstanding the person. So, of course, there are so many things, but it's already 9 o'clock. So the final point is, I could have another 15-20 ways what to do, but some other day, some other session. But finally, if nothing works, what all I told you, if nothing works, one thing will work for us sure. That is, we pray to Krishna. We pray to Narasimha Swami. Narasimha Swami, please help me to control my anger. I don't want to unreasonably, disproportionately, unnecessarily nourish this anartha in my heart. I want to have a clean and pure heart. I want to be calm and composed so that I can have a loving disposition towards you. And then Narottam Das Thakur, he puts it very nicely, that how we can dovetail the anger dovetail in fact all the anarthas. He says, Kama Krishna Kamarpane, Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Jane, Lobha Sadhu Sangha Harikatha, Moha Ishtalabdha Bine, Mada Krishna Gunagane. He says, if you have Kama, use it for Krishna, desire for Krishna. If you have Krodha, anger, you use it for those who are against Krishna. If you have Lobha, greed, you dovetail that greed for hearing Harikatha and Sadhu Sangha. Be more greedy, don't be satisfied. Want more association of devotees. Mada, if you had proud, you just convert it into, okay, I am Krishna's devotee. Oh, I belong to this great parampara. Convert it into that by in connection with Krishna. And moha, that should be only when you are in separation from sadhu sangha. Depression when in separation from sadhu sangha. So like that, we can convert all our anarthas into Krishna's service. So with this, I'll end it here. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Of course, all said and done, it's not something that will happen in a day, but if we are conscious about it, slowly the frequency decreases, the frequency with which we used to get anger and with the intensity that we used to get anger may get slowly reduced over a period of time. And we have to pray to Krishna, surrender to Krishna, take blessings of devotees, and we'll be able to give up this anartha of Krodha. So in this chapter, the big takeaway lesson from Dhruva Maharaj is that though Dhruva Maharaj saw the Lord face to face, he still got angry. So seeing the Lord face to face also did not guarantee him that for the rest of the eternity he will be free from illusion or anger. Similarly, the fact that we are chanting 16 rounds and doing our morning sadhana does not guarantee that we'll be free from anarthas. We have to consciously work on them by proper association, reading, and being conscious of what we are talking, walking, behaving, eating. Do it very meticulously. Then we can make progress in Krishna consciousness. With this, I'll end it here. Thank you so much for tolerating me. It's already 9 o'clock. So, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. And very, very sorry to the Matajis there. I tried to be slow, but yeah. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.